Conventional cancer therapies are producing cures in certain cancers. Other cancer conditions cannot yet be cured. There is a limit to how much therapy the body can take. Beyond this point, there is no hope. The conventional forms of therapy have limitations. This fact drives people to become radically involved in an urgent search for additional forms of cancer treatment. I am making this film because I know that Essiac, a drug developed over the last 50 years by Miss Rene Case, can benefit the body and decrease pain while a patient undergoes conventional therapy. I know that Essiac provides a person hope for a cure when the medical profession has done all it can.
I don't say it's a miracle cure 100% for everybody, but if it helps just 1 out of 100, by God, we should use it. It'll at least match what the FDA is doing.
Essiac is not in use. The law states that Essiac must prove itself to be non-toxic, and it must prove itself to be of benefit.
13 of our terminally ill patients who are contributors to our Foundation for Alternative Cancer Therapies here in the Metro Detroit area brought suit against Joseph Califano of Health, Education, and Welfare to permit them to have Essiac. And they're asking to be given the right to use Essiac since orthodox medicine no longer has any answers for them. We just thank Rene Case for the work she's done for over the 50 years that she's been working with Essiac. And we say now that we know here in the States about it, we're going to continue the fight and support her because we want it.
You can't burn a cancer out of a body with radiation. You can't poison it out of the body without poisoning the body as well. And I feel that nature holds the answer, the only answer for cancer patients, and as such, we should have it. Our constitutional rights at the moment are being denied to us, and it shouldn't even come down to a court hearing. It should be a matter of fact that we have what we want for our bodies and not have to fight for it in this manner.
In fact, as it's well known in the state of California, the state legislature actually made it a felony for a doctor to use any than the accepted methods of treatment for cancer, and they named them in the legislation: surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, and cobalt. And when doctors are hemmed in like this, and their very livelihood is threatened, they're not going to be anxious to step out of line.
Well, I think it should be my privilege. If I want to take the Essiac or whatever it could be that might make me live a little longer, I think that should be my privilege. I think I should have what I want to do instead of them telling me that I'm going to die.
Did they do that?
Yes, the doctor told me that under the treatment that I was taking. When my body couldn't take it no longer, there was nothing he could do. I said, in other words, just get in the box, dig the hole, and wait. And he said, yes. That was the very words he's giving. And I'm too young to get in the box yet, I think.
So you want Essiac?
I want Essiac.
We have many doctors on our side. We have many doctors in our group with cancer. And they want the Essiac just as badly as we do.
My name is Andy Berry. I am with CFRB Radio, and I have been asked, in a sense, I think, to referee a discussion that has become, as it
At a public forum held in Toronto, a medical panel presented their views on Essiac. The public was informed that Essiac is of no value as a cancer therapy. This opinion was based on recent clinical testing. One of the two doctors involved was Dr. David Wald.
The reason why I investigated Essiac, because I thought from the information that I had available that it was an effective therapy for cancer.
You told me it was.
Well, I told you it was not from the information that I've got. I qualified my statement at the end by saying that I tried to contact Dr. Bruce. I have tried to get the Respirant Corporation to provide data. I have asked all the lay people in contact with Essiac to provide data on patients who have been treated so that we could analyze every bit of information. All I want is the truth. I don't want anything else. And that was the spirit with which I entered into it.
And what you are stating then, that the federal government of Canada has taken your tests as gospel.
Nobody's taken my tests as anything.
I have cancer from head to toe of the bone. You're going to try and tell me that if I think there's something that's going to give me a little bit of life, that I'm not going to try it? I'm deadly sick with chemotherapy, as they've told me. They thought it would help my tumors, but now it's doing nothing for my bone. It's still progressing. So I'd sooner die with the disease than have the chemo.
Madam, I wish with all my heart that we could do more for you. This is very, very sincere. I wish we could, but unfortunately we are still limited. Believe me, if we were curing 100% of cancer patients, we wouldn't be having this meeting here tonight.
But if chemo is
Please let me finish. You've had quite a bit to say, so your turn.
I'm sorry.
But I do want to add at the same time, if we release Laetrile and Essiac and Crobizin and coke treatments and Anablast and so on, I can give you a very long list. You'll have a very wide choice. Then when there is something effective, how will you know which to choose from?
Well, I don't have that much time.
In a small town in northern Ontario, the year 1922, Rene Caisse first learnt of a cancer remedy which she termed Essiac.
Well, I was head nurse at the Sisters of Providence Hospital at Hillbury, and I saw a patient that had a scarred breast.
What happened here?
She was 81 years old, and she told me that 30 years before that, she had developed cancer, and that the Indians cured her. At least they told her of herbs that were beneficial. If it hadn't been for my mother's only sister becoming ill with cancer, I would never have thought of doing anything but nursing. I gave up my position